Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture. Hear ye the word which Adonai speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith Adonai, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are vain, for one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workman, with the axe. They deck it with silver and with gold, they fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not. But they are altogether brutish and foolish. The stock is a doctrine of vanities. They are vanity, and the work of errors. In the time of their visitation they shall perish. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name.
In mythology, Krampus was Santa's brother. I believe that Krampus is actually a demon, and Santa is Satan. And they ask me, how can you prove that? I'll tell you right now. First of all, the Catholic, it comes out from the Saint Nicholas. And you say, oh, okay, Nicholas is a saint. He was a guy who used to travel and be happy, be good with everybody. But what people don't know is that Santa, there's a couple of hints that make you, believe this. First of all, if you take the Santa, take the N and put it on the end, it's Satan. So Santa put the T back here and the N at the end is Satan. Another thing is he got powers, he traveled, he knows everything, he knows every kid. And people don't know that in the old English, in the back years, hundreds of years, while back, Satan was called Old Nick. That was his name. What a coincidence there. Santa used to be Nicolas, the same Nicolas. So in the old times, Satan was called Old Nick. And the way to call him, and this is where everybody's going to blow up. Everybody in the old time, they used to call him by saying ho, 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 3 times. Witchcraft and voodoo and Santeria and Ifa, every time that you do like incantation or when you call a name of an entity, you got to say it 3 times. So in the old times, and you could look it up at the Oxford Dictionary, O Nicolas, or you could Google it. It says O Nicolas, O Nick. That's how you call it. They used to, when you look at the reference, it says the neat name for Satan, O Nick. What else? He goes through there, everybody. The world had put Santa like everything's good, and he's not. All this stuff is a proof that he's actually Satan. Another thing is that the Christmas tree was started like in 18 something, but there is evidence that in the old times they used to put the tree used to represent Tammuz. It used to represent Tammuz, and it represents the private part of a man. And when you put all the stuff that has gold and everything, and everybody put a star in the top, anybody think it's a star, but it's actually that star. If you look at it and you search, it represents the sun. So actually, you celebrating the sun in Christmas time. First of all, the Catholic Church used to have a Saturnia. They used to celebrate Saturnia. It was a 12-day celebration. That's why in Christmas it said 12 days of Christmas. And after a while, they reduced it to 7 days, 3 days, and then 1 day. But the Catholic people are saying, how are we gonna get rid of this celebration? Because they used to, in all those days, they used to sacrifice kids. That used to do all kinds of evil stuff, walk around naked, do sex in the streets, and it was all right. That's what the Greek used to do. The Romans started doing all this celebration too, and the Catholic Church said, well, how can we get rid of this? So what they decided to do is change the date of everybody didn't know really when Jesus was born. There's no proof. The only thing that a lot of people believe is the day of tabernacle, because God tabernacled with men, and they had little houses, and it's believed that would be the day that Jesus was born, but it's not sure yet. So the Catholic Church took that date and put it close to the 25th, where the sun god was worshipped. And as time passed by, the Catholic Church forced, and a lot of people forced to worship the sun. So on that day, a lot of saints, a lot of gods, mythology gods like Saturn, a lot of gods were born. And on top of that, they do celebration. Witchcraft do celebration on the 25th. They worship. They usually sacrifice a person, not normally a kid, but mostly a person. And in that day, they do candle burnings and sacrifices, and they worship the sun. That's the sun god right there on that day. And the Catholic adapt that so that everybody will come to church, and they made that. I think I don't know if it's that day, but they do celebrate a lot of saints that day because it was the creation of all this other gods that day on the 25th, where Zeus was the father of all the gods, which actually was the chief of all the gods. And from Zeus came out all the entities that you see around. And then they got, or Nicolau was, a saint in the Catholic religion. And he was skinny. He wasn't really fat. That fat man, I don't know where they get that from. But the original Santa is real skinny. And it was believed that he would turn himself, when he got powers, they say he had power. And they say, how can a fat guy go through a chimney? Because it was believed that when he came to the houses, he would turn small, go in the chimney, drop the presents that were small too, and turn them big. And he would get the cookie and the milk. And that's why it came out so that everybody, would give the cookies in the chimney with milk for Santa. But that comes out even farther more. They believe that the spirits. I mean, it was a belief that day too they celebrate the ancestors of family, and that's where they started putting the cookies. Putting cookies or food, complete food, or they would do a 12. They would put 12 plates with food. If the family was four, they would eat 4 plates, and the rest would be for Santa and the spirits. They would leave it in the house. Or just one plate for Santa or the spirits, and they would believe that when they go to sleep, the spirits would come and eat the food, or accept the food, sacrifice or the food. From that came out the cookies and the milk for Santa. What else? There's so many. His helpers. The elves. The elves. Mm-hmm. It's actually, when you go back, they're demons. It's just demons. They're all demons, really. Yeah, I actually had a sister from my church who told me that in Mexico, where she's from as well, they would often see elves, and that's what she said. They were just little demons that could shapeshift into little elves to try to cause destruction around people's property and to scare children. And I've heard this from several different people and their testimonies that basically they are just demons. And it makes me sad for all those who buy, for example, that toy Elf on the Shelf in offices. Those were very popular during Christmas. And you just hang that little elf doll in your shelf, not knowing that you're actually putting like a little demon on there that could be giving legal rights for demonic spirits to maybe visit your office or your house, wherever you keep that little elf. Yeah. You keep it in. When you keep something like that in your house, or even Santa Claus, how they have pictures of Santa Claus or image that they buy and they say, "Oh, this is for next year." You're having a demon in your house. That's why you see so many Christians with very cold. They don't grow spiritually. Because they have problems, and they might have problems or divorce or whatever, or the kids grow up with demons around and they're seeing demons. I mean, in my house we had all that Christmas stuff, and I'll be honest to you, I used to, from 4 years old, I used to dream that there was a hand coming out from the closet. But I mean, every night I was dreaming that, every night. So, I guess that stayed with me, and look at that. I became a witch, I became a warlock. But I mean, Besides that I know of, I mean, San Nicolas, that's the real name, and San Nick, Old Nick, is actually, like I told you, when you Google it, it's reference to the name of Satan. And that's how you used to call him. Ho, ho, ho. You used to call him like that. I mean, if you want to celebrate it, go ahead. If you want to be with demons, go ahead, But I really don't believe that Christians should celebrate Christmas. It's very satanic, it's very evil. The tree represents an idol.
Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support the ministry and for more revelation.